A new beginning leaves much unsaid, but might this chance soon all my hopes surpass, or leave me without a change instead? I wonder where and how this journey ends. It was my last day in Calcutta, and I was on my way to collect my ticket from a travel agent. This place seemed so different from other places I've been to. So I asked the shopkeeper for directions. It was chaotic yet brimming with life. A wide array of utensils caught my attention. They were of different shapes and sizes, quaint yet intriguing. Apart from the utility value, I discovered it could serve another purpose. There were no distinction between roads and pavements. The streets were flooded with people and goods, goods and people, and one note. Everything about the city is so fascinating, even the smells. Aroma of food. Looking at the menu, I realized that most of the items were alien to me. The waiter tried to help me out by showing me the various dishes from which I could choose.
Hello, I want something nice to eat here. Pudding, salad or something?
But guess what? I became more confused. I'd never seen such unusual and mouth-watering dishes. Finally, I decided on biryani, which I was told was a Mughlai specialty. It was spicy yet delicious. I set off again. I had plenty of time to spare before I met my travel agent. I was taken in by the sight of a rickshaw, so I captured it on my handycam. My attention was diverted by an unusual song coming from a nearby shop. The shop was selling colorful bitter leaves laid on a block of ice. I tasted ice creams but not ice pans, so I was tempted to try one. A bangle seller showed me the way to the entrance of the market, from where I could reach my travel agent's office. As I entered the market, I was surrounded by the glitters and decorations. For a moment, I thought as if it was a festive season. As I moved further, I was greeted by a wide display of food. From clothes to cakes, streamers to biscuits, all and sundry were available in wide choice and price. It was such a novel sight. A couple of steps ahead, I noticed a chanachur shop. I'd eaten it before, but had never seen such a display of it. I walked not knowing where I was heading, so I asked the shopkeeper for directions. I followed his directions, not knowing what lay in store for me. The market was in a flurry of activity. Lanes, lanes everywhere, surrounded by so many ways. While finding my way out, I didn't know what attracted me. Everyone seemed to be in a hurry, fighting their way through the crowd. As I reached the end of the lane, I realized I was lost. I was lost. So, once again, my search for my travel agent began. All the lanes look identical. Before I knew, I was back to where I started from. While exploring so many things in the market, I lost track of time as well as my purpose. I was fascinated by the display of yards of cloth. As I made my way through the maze of lanes, I came across a big confectionery shop. The scrumptious-looking savories had my mouth watering. I struck up a conversation with the owner, Mr. Nahums, who told me that his was the oldest Jewish shop in Calcutta. From food to trinkets and jewelry, such a contrast, that too under one roof. I was intrigued by my discovery of a mini Calcutta within the market. The music of the chimes, the colorful jewelry, were all resplendent of the spirit of Calcutta, vibrant, throbbing with vigor and vitality. The graphically detailed Tibetan scrolls seemed to tell you a story. No surprise that each scroll was associated with a legend. Wandering through the lanes, I came across a sari shop. The intricate design and ethnic motifs on the saris reflect the rich cultural heritage of India. I wonder how people wrap themselves in so many yards of cloth and yet manage to look elegant. Now I came across something that I was fond of, books. The collection of books were amazing. I remember my friend telling me that Calcutta is the intellectual capital of India. I again came back to the center of the market. While having my cold drink, I noticed the cannon placed in the center of the market. I asked the shopkeeper, who was clueless as well. An old man, listening to us, jumped into our conversation and told me that he knew the entire history of the market. Through our conversation, I came to know that his was the oldest shop in the market. It had been there since 1874, when the market first opened. I learned that the cannon had been brought over for a celebration during the time of Lord Woodward and Lord Curzon. It had remained there ever since. Newmarket continues to remain a prominent shopping center, despite a portion of it being burned down in early 1919 and later 1985. Twice burned, yet the spirit of the market lives on. The history of the market unfurled a whirlwind of thoughts in my mind. Newmarket was designed by an East Indian Company architect and named after the commissioner Sir Stuart Hogg. The shops were arranged according to the ways they sold. The cosmopolitan nature of the market, with people from various strata of life, makes it unique. People spoke in different languages with different accents, yet something similar was inherent in them. I reached the cannon once again, where I had met the little boy whom I had seen earlier. On inquiring, he showed me the way out of the market. I couldn't believe for a moment that I was standing in front of Globe. The little boy came running towards me to return my diary which I had left behind. I was grateful to him and offered him money for his honesty, but he refused and asked me to buy a card instead. As I made my way towards Globe, I saw a girl carrying a bouquet of flowers. I thought, how come I missed the flowers? Following her directions, I went to the flower market. The fragrance and beauty of flowers mesmerized me. These moments keep coming back as a flash in my mind. Moments which leave an indelible mark. Standing near the sugarcane man, I couldn't help thinking about how a moment can change your perception. It's not the destination which matters, but the journey you take. As I sit in my apartment here, reminiscing about the moments that refuse to fade away, moments that have been captured in my mind frames, the memory of an old market that's noble, lingers on. Memories I'll cherish forever, memories of the heart of a city. Maybe it's just the other way, maybe a part of me has stayed back. I too have become part of the place.